The Cincinnati Reds played their first game against the San Francisco Giants last night, and there was several events before and during the game that were interesting. Some of them were controversial, and I want to go through them today. I'm going to go through them through chronological order, and I will talk about each one individually. I want to start off with batting practice. During batting practice, Tommy Pham, who was supposed to be the starter for the Cincinnati Reds in the outfield, walked up to Jock Pearson, which he is the left fielder for the Giants. They were talking about fantasy football, and Tommy Pham got upset and slapped Jock Pearson, reportedly Will Smith style. Bench was clear, but there was no physical fight after the slap. Tommy Pham was taken out of the lineup hours before the first pitch. So the Reds lost one of the outfielders hours before the first pitch because he wanted to slap a guy, which, man, it's stupid. Like, why would you do that? There's no reason to. Like, if you're going to get upset about fantasy football, don't play it, okay? So that's kind of my thoughts on that first event. Next event is the rain. The game was delayed for 2 hours because of rain. The Reds, who were supposed to have a post-game fireworks show, ended up having the fireworks show before the game because they couldn't really fire off too late into the night. So they ended up firing it before the game. Pretty simple. Probably the least controversial of all of these right now. So out of all the events. But the Reds did have to take the post-game fireworks show and make it a pre-game fireworks show. Now it's time for one of those more of the controversial events yesterday. Giants manager Gabe Kapler said he would skip the national anthem because he does not like the direction of the country. And he says that he won't be out for the national anthem until he feels the nation is heading towards a better direction. Really political. Some say it's in correlation with what happened in Texas. I would say First Amendment, I'm not exactly liking it, but it's his right. So as far as that goes, pretty controversial, pretty political. Don't really want to say much about it. Just because I'm talking sports, I don't want to be talking about that kind of stuff. But that is what happened with the Giants manager. Next event, Reds pitcher Graham Ashcraft made his second pitching start in his major league career. The first one he pitched, they were playing in Toronto, and his family wasn't able to attend. Well, actually, none of his family or friends could attend because of Canadian travel rules with athletes and all that. So this was the first time that the family got to see him in the major leagues, and throughout the game they interviewed his family and stuff about his journey to the big leagues. Pretty interesting. They were talking about his work ethic, and it was really cool interviews with his family. Now we get inside the game, and the first event I want to talk about is in the top of the fourth inning. Romo Flores would receive a ball a little bit inside after he took the pitch. He stepped outside the batter's box, looked into his own dugout, and then a couple of seconds later he tells the ump that the ball hit him, and he goes down to first. Now, Reds manager David Bell obviously was like, "Wait, hold up. You just want to believe the player? Like, really?" So he calls for a review, and they end up overturning the call. So the hit by pitch was overturned, and the at-bat continued from there. The next event is the eighth in the 8th inning, Giants would bring on Jake McGee to pitch. Jake McGee had just come back from rehab because of a lower back tightness injury. He was reinstated from injury yesterday before the game. He was starting to warm up as usual, like you would do before an inning. The umps, however, spot a discrepancy as Jake McGee was nowhere to be seen on the lineup card given to the umps by the Giants before the game. McGee was denied to pitch because of this. The Giants brought on Jose Alvarez to pitch. Alvarez would give up a run during the inning, which provided for extra cushioning for the Reds. So, basically what happened is, before the game, they give the lineup card to the ump. They give the lineup card to the opposing manager, right? And Giants brought this guy in to pitch. But the manager for the Giants somehow forgot to put Jake McGee's name on the lineup card, which the umps and Reds manager David Bell looked down and was like, hold up, this doesn't look right. That guy is not on your lineup. He's not in the lineup. So after a minute or so talking, umps told Giants, they told the Reds about what was happening, and McGee was taken out. He went to go sit on the bench, and they brought in Alvarez. Alvarez would give up a run. I think it was a double that scored one, that put one run on the board for the Reds, which at that point, Reds were all the way up 4-1. So it provided for an extra run. Didn't exactly matter because Giants couldn't score, couldn't get any more runs on the board. So yeah. That interesting thing that happened doesn't usually happen often, but actually I think this is the first time that I've ever seen something like this happen. I looked up and I think there was something back a long time ago where the Giants had an issue. I think it was 2007, 2008. I looked it up where they had a guy that hit before the other guy, and they had the batters reversed in the order accidentally, and it ended up being an out. So, Giants need to probably do better as far as the lineup, and I think the manager for the Giants definitely learned a lesson about making sure that you get all your players on the lineup card. The Reds would go on to win this game 5-1 as Ashcraft would secure his first Major League win. The game ended after midnight. Pretty long game, which didn't help considering that the game already started at like 8:45 last night because of the rain delay. And then you get all these events before and during it. It was a very interesting game for all these events that happened, and it was a good game. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, me talking about this gives you some insight about what happened. But yeah, we will see you guys later.